Howdy folks, Sonny in the South. Hope everybody doing real good. We're going to be putting together a sandwich here this afternoon. This ain't no ordinary sandwich. We're going to be doing a muffuletta. It's a very popular sandwich found in New Orleans Central Grocery on Decatur Street down in the quarter. Takes credit for the very first muffuletta, and they are absolutely delicious. There are other restaurants down in New Orleans that make muffulettas a little bit differently. The one I'm going to be doing today is kind of similar to the one you'd find at Napoleon House. It's a Ralph Brennan establishment. It's going to be warmed up a little bit rather than served cold. This olive salad we're going to put together is what takes this sandwich to a whole nother level, and the muffuletta is by far my favorite sandwich. For the salad, we're going to need some green olives, some Kalamata olives. You're going to need a good quality of olive oil. Very important. Use an olive oil that you really like, one that's got a good flavor. You're going to need some giardiniera, which consists of cauliflower, some pearl onions, there's some celery in there. There's several different vegetables, and it's pickled. You're going to need that. You're going to need some roasted red bell peppers, a green bell pepper, some capers, some garlic, a little bit of parsley, oregano, basil, splash or two of red wine vinegar. And then, of course, we're going to add a little black pepper, see if it needs any salt. And another ingredient you can add to this olive salad that I sometimes use, but I'm not using today, is some green onions or some shallots. That's up to you. So we're going to get this put together, get it in the refrigerator. This needs to set at least 12 hours so that all these flavors come together. And I got I guess that's about a 9-inch round Italian bread loaf. You're going to need a good fresh bread loaf. We're going to slice that in half, dig a little bit of that bread out to make room for some of this stuff. And then, like I said, we're going to warm this up. We'll wrap it up in some aluminum foil and put it in the oven and let all those flavors really meld together. I really think warming the sandwich up really allows those flavors to get together and permeate, and it makes for, to me, a much better sandwich than just a cold sandwich. And as far as the meat cuts, it's completely up to you. You want to try to use, of course, Italian type meats. I've got some mortadella, some copa, some salami, and some smoked uncured ham. Cheese, you're going to need some provolone at least, and I also am going to use some Swiss. I like both of those cheeses on my sandwich. So let's get all this chopped up in a bowl, blend it together real well. We'll get it in the refrigerator, let it marinate on itself overnight. Alright, I got about a cup of pimento-stuffed green olives. We're going to go through here and chop these up. And depending on how fine or how coarse you chop, it's up to you. You could actually put all of this in a food processor if you wanted something fairly fine. But I like mine kind of in between. We're just going to run through here and chop these up. And that's about the consistency I'm looking for. I'll get it over here in the bowl. Alright, we got our pitted Kalamata olives. We're going to get these chopped up. We want to end up with about a 1/3 cup. Kind of hard to eyeball until you get them chopped up there a little bit. About a 1/3 cup. We'll get that in the bowl. Alright, we got a cup of that giardiniera. Get that out, get it chopped up. Got a pepperoncini pepper in here, that's nice. I'll put that in there too, for sure. And you got some pearl onions in there. And I like to go through and make sure they're pretty finely chopped, so you're not biting into a big old chunk of onion. There is some roasted red pepper in that mix, but we're going to add a little bit more. Another one of these pearl onions. I got that chopped up pretty good. Get that in the bowl. Looking pretty good. All right, let's get us a little bell pepper in here. All right, that's enough bell pepper, a couple tablespoons, not a whole lot. All right, we got about a 1/3 cup of roasted red peps. We're gonna get those chopped up and get them in the bowl. Look pretty good. All right, we got all the vegetables chopped up in the bowl. I'm gonna go in with a couple of tablespoons of chopped parsley. I'm going to put 3/4 cup olive oil in here. We'll take a look and see if it needs some more here shortly. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of minced garlic in here. We're going to put 1 teaspoon of oregano, about 1/2 of a teaspoon of basil, 1 tablespoon of capers. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. We're going to get some cracked black pepper in here. Get this stirred up. Get a taste here, see if it needs any adjustments. Pretty good. I'm going to add a little more olive oil. I'm going to add a pinch or 2 of salt. It's going to be a good olive salad for this sandwich. It'll be delicious. That taste. It'll be good. We'll get this wrapped up. We'll get it in the fridge. Let it soak all night. We'll be back tomorrow to make a sandwich. Sunday in the South. See y'all back shortly. Alright folks, it's sandwich building time. I set the olive salad out of the refrigerator a couple of hours ago so that the olive oil would come up to room temperature. And I pushed all this salad to the side, so I've got a little spot here to dip some of this olive oil. We're going to brush these buns with some of that olive oil. But first I need to get some of this bread dug out of here. Alright, we got a little bit of that bread dug out, so we have a little extra space. Put some olive salad in there, but first, I'm going to go through and just brush this up with some of this olive oil out of this olive salad. And we're going to start putting the goodies in here. And the first thing we're going to do is lay down some provolone. Then we'll start layering the meat cuts. This is some mortadella. Looking good. We're going to lay some Swiss on top. Before we put that top bun on, I'm going to sprinkle some Italian seasoning in here. I'm going to salt this a little bit. Get the goodies in here. Let's get it together. Look pretty good. Gonna be good. Let's get it wrapped up. We're going to smash down so that all the meats and the cheeses and the olive salad all come together. Make sure it's pretty tight. And then we're going to put this in the oven, 350. Big boy in the oven. See y'all back shortly. Alright, got the muffuletta out of the oven. Let's take a look at it here. And it was in for 30 minutes, 350. And it smells good. When you start smelling the hams and whatnot, you know she's ready. And that is a Sammy. Now, we're going to do something else here. If I can get this plastic wrap to cooperate. We're going to wrap this bad boy up real tight and let it set a little bit. So that it can steam. And it's going to be easy to cut. So I'm just going to let that sit there a little while. Let it steam a little bit. We'll hit the top with a little olive oil, a little Italian seasoning. We'll get this cut in quarters. Gonna be good. Be back shortly. Let's chop this sandwich up. Now you're gonna leave the plastic on It makes it easier to cut, but you got to make sure you don't end up with no plastic in your food. We're just going to go through. Just slice. About like that. Almost to the bottom. Now we're going to peel the plastic off. Look good. Drizzle a little olive oil on here. A little Italian seasoning. Finish cutting. Look at that. Woo, that's going to be good. Let's get it plated up. There's the muffuletta. A little pepper shinny or two there on the side. And you can see the olive oil we drizzled in there, so you don't end up with a dry ass sandwich. Nothing no worse. And heating it up in the oven for just a little bit, it's still very slightly warm. It just allows the meats and everything to permeate. Anytime you heat something up, the flavor comes out. So I think they're just better when they're warmed up a little bit. Have some potato chips. And that's it, folks. Muffuletta. All the ingredients and directions will be down in the description. Till next time, peace.